Day 3 of living in my apartment. Oh, by the way, I got an apartment. That's right, Sunburned Albino is finally a solitary man living on his own, systematically decimating his bank account 1 month at a time. The experience is mostly how I expected it, with some wrinkles. For example, I'm actually terrified of raising my voice even a little. It's usually quiet enough to hear a pin drop, so anytime I speak, I feel like I'm breaking a silence like a celebrity on a scandal. It's like I'm living in a synagogue where if I were to talk in anything but a hushed whisper, every single other resident in this complex would all stick their heads out their doors at the same time and go, shh. I was so paranoid about the idea of setting up my streaming stuff against a shared wall that I'm out here in the dining area, like 10 feet from my front door, where there is virtually no sound blockage, so I hear people coming up and down the steps loud and clear, and I can make out every word they say. But to me, it was a question of, do I make myself heard by my neighbors in their rooms, where it's constant, or just the ones outside, where it's temporary? And I went with temporary. Either way, it's not ideal, and I might just be putting that on myself because I've never heard any of my neighbors through a wall, other than outside, but the fact that I can't exist inside a black hole where nothing escapes is tragic. It's also a little illogical, because I'll go turn my washer or dryer on, and that thing roars like a fucking dragon, and that's whatever, but that's also like an expected noise, you know? Like if someone's out mowing their lawn, you're not annoyed by that as much as you would be if someone was outside yodeling at the same volume. I think I will try moving my setup into my bedroom though, just to see if it might be better. Update, I did, and it is better, but I'm still uncomfortable. As far as independence goes, to my previous point, it doesn't feel like I'm living on my own. It feels like I have about 12 more roommates who are all strangers and don't look at each other. People coming and going right outside my door, me tiptoeing around my apartment so the old people below don't get their broomsticks and start poking the ceiling. Not that they have, I've just seen television. I hope they're deaf, but they came out to see what was going on when I was stamping up the stairs a dozen times to move in, so probably no such luck. What do apartments put in their stairs, by the way? It's like they installed an amplifier in each individual step to maximize sound output. You could levitate up those stairs and we'd still hear you coming. Everyone sounds like they're wearing clogs and trying to kill an ant colony. The apartment complex is a gated community, which is great, except it's only gated from the front, and the fence that lines the back, which is where I'm at, wouldn't keep out a wandering cow. Anyone could come in at any time and break down these flimsy apartment doors that only have one lock. These things don't even keep out sound. I'm one Spartan kick away from being invaded at any given time. Behind the barely a fence is our local traffic thoroughfare and frequent drag race hotspot, apparently. Seems like every 20 minutes I hear an engine that sounds like it's about to take flight and go international. I really can't fucking stand cars with loud engines. Nobody's impressed. Nobody's like, wow, my ears hurt, and I respect you. What girl swoons over a car like that? The guy's like, hey, wanna go for a ride in my deaf-mobile? Let's also play loud music and be unable to listen to it. Will you lift up your skirt if I can clock 180 in this school zone? The worst part of apartment living is the moving it took to get there, though. I am never moving myself again. Even with help, it's just ridiculous. I was never meant to lift anything heavier than a Pokeball. I have the hands of an artist, not the calluses of a construction worker. Girlfriends always remark about my soft hands. You know how I keep them soft? All they do is type and play piano and give myself the old rub and tug. These hands are delicate, gentle creatures, and they must be protected. They were not made to lift desks and dressers that never have good places to hold them, and make me look like an absolute buffoon while I'm fighting them, constantly trying to slip out of my hands. Then when I'm done, I look at them and see the scars that have been wrought, the indents, the damage, and I repent my deeds. My arms were sore for 3 days, but my spirit is still bruised. I don't like having my own mailbox now. I just don't ever want to check it or receive anything ever. If I never walk down and open it, will they eventually stop sending me stuff? And I can just live in peace with nobody soliciting me or trying to make me pay for anything? Last time I walked down there, 2 other people came out at different junctures, and I could tell we were all annoyed that anyone else was also trying to get their mail at the same time. When I opened my box, it was filled to the brim with someone else's mail, the person who lived here before me. There were some magazines, some ads, but also some personalized envelopes from probable family members, and I will obviously be honest with you and tell you that I did have to fight an urge to open them and read forbidden words not meant for my prying eyes. But I just turned it all in at the leasing office like a boring man. Fun thing that happened last night, I woke up at 2 a.m. to the sound of a guy walking between cars in the parking lot and trying to open all of them, some of them successfully. Dude, I've been here like 4 days now. I'm already gonna find out this is a bad neighborhood? You couldn't have given me a month to settle in and get comfortable and let my guard down? I called the apartment complex security number and a machine put me on hold for 2 full minutes before I just hung up. Like, where the hell are you? Are you the ones breaking into these cars? Is this an inside job? One of the cars is just sitting in the parking lot missing a whole ass tire. Hell no, dude. I'm gonna wake up one of these days to a guy in my apartment trying to cut off my leg. My door has one pitiful lock. If this was Skyrim, it would be rated very easy on the lockpicking scale. I'm about to put a fire rune on the ground in front of it just to cover my ass. I'm already a paranoid person, so knowing that there are verifiable criminals lurking around just meters away from my bedroom window does not set my mind at ease. How the fuck is rent $16.50 here? That makes no actual sense. It's only gated from the front. Security is MIA. My windows don't shut all the way. I only get 15 minutes of hot water in the shower, which is a crime happening inside my apartment. My toilet seat is wobblier than a baby's first steps. My garbage disposal was broken on move-in and needed to be fixed right out of the gate. My front door could be kicked in by a toddler. Prowlers congregate here like Sunday Mass. How is this not 1K at best? And screw me for having my sights set on it, because it initially presented well in the daylight. It looks nice in my apartment tour video, but as soon as night falls, it turns into Minecraft survival mode, and my shelter's foundation is lacking. Why does it have to get dark at 4:30 now, too? That's just insult to injury. I can't wait till summer when I can go outside past 5 and all the car thieves start wearing tank tops to show how ripped they are from their heave-ho stereo action. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Sunburned Albino until I inevitably pass away, and I'll see you guys next time.